thinking next week we get something funkier and dirtier? Daddy. Hey, one time my wife and I was crazy. All right, it may take you a while. It may take you quite a bit of time to find it. But, okay, everyone, Christ, I need some help. Can I have a heart?
Focus up. I'm talking to you. Brody is a guy sitting over there. My goal is to make him laugh out loud. What's going on? My name is Chris Rubio. This is the Rubio Method. This is episode 110 of the Rubio Method. Obviously, we are in a little different setting. I'm actually in Bozeman, Montana. I'm in a little hotel/motel. I don't know what it is, but I wanted to make sure I got an episode in, especially episode 110, get Jenna back. And also, it's just going to be a fun episode. We are going to cover some wild things. I want to thank everyone for coming on X. What do we got? YouTube, LinkedIn, Spotify, Rumble, YouTube. Did I say YouTube? YouTube as well. So everything happens for a reason. That's going to be the first category we hit. And we're going to talk about some sports. We're going to talk about a lot of sports because there's about 5 morons that I want to talk about and 3 or 4 really great stories that I want to talk about as well. There are winners and losers in life. We're going to talk about Sidney Sweeney. She's in the headlines again, and she absolutely lets it rain. I'm very excited for Jenna because she has not heard this story yet, which I don't understand because it was all over. Accept and embrace. Adults need to be adults and stop bugging me. I have a whole list of things that adults are doing lately that bug me, and maybe you'll add to them, maybe you won't. Working hard is not enough. Mountain Dew Baja Blast pie at Taco Bell is the main topic that we're going to talk about because I saw that and I said, that can't be real. So then I started going other fast food items that just seem fake, but we're going to cover those as well because I'm not sure what the hell people are thinking. And then confidence is the key. We're going to talk about 5 questions from Jenna. She's just going to hit them to me. All right, so let's talk about some sports. Everything happens for a reason. All right. For some reason, I was watching a lot of sports this weekend, probably because I was stuck. I got stuck because my flight got canceled due to weather. So I was unable to go to Charlotte this weekend, but I was staying in Bozeman all week. So I'm still here, having a good time. It's my kid's senior night coming up on Saturday. It's going to be about 20 degrees and snowing. So hopefully I don't freeze to death. So if you see someone at the Montana State football game on fire, that's me trying to stay warm because I will have those heated packs, those little hand warmer things. I will have them on my toes, with my hands, possibly anywhere else I can find a place to put them, simply because I refuse to be that cold, and everyone will make fun of me, and I won't care one bit. So let's talk about some sports. I saw a lot of sports this weekend, and there's a couple things that I need to show you that I just don't understand. Okay, we're going to go with 2 sections, the morons and the greats. All right, so here's the morons first. This guy, I've never understood this, and you're gonna look at me and say, "No kidding, Rubio." If you're playing football, you obviously have to have a helmet on. If you've never worn a helmet, they're not exactly the most comfortable thing on the planet. They make them a lot lighter and fluffier, so to speak, now, so they fit better to your head, but they're not exactly comfy. And me not having hair, it was, I always had shorter hair. In college, I had kind of like an afro type hair. And it was one of those that the shorter your hair was, the easier it was to take the helmet on and off, on and off, on and off, except unless it was super sweaty, then you could just kind of rip it off. But whenever I see someone with long hair, I just don't understand it. Because like, what are you thinking, dude? I just don't get it. So, Jenna, do you have this first video? And watch this video very, very closely, and you'll notice a big chunk of something right on the ground. Go ahead, Jenna.
Mike, these are the remnants of West Virginia's 7th sack of Julian Lewis. You're going to see here reaching out and getting him by the locks coming out of the back of the helmet, completely legal. I'm sure very.
Okay, so now that's legal. You're allowed to grab his hair. My question is, why would you not grab it every single time? I would 100%, if I was going up against some dude, okay? Chevy and Nasty said, I tried to watch you on my TV. Your head was huge. I know, I'm not in my usual studio, and I can't tell so you're saying I need to back up? Okay, better on my phone. Well, maybe you're standing too close to your TV, Nasty. Chevy, whoever I'm talking to, don't forget to watch them tonight at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time, The Ride with Chevy and Nasty. And don't forget 9, you've got AC with AC Sports Live. Why would you wear long hair, especially as a player that can get tackled? You deserve to get it pulled out. They should pull it out every single time. You're an absolute idiot, especially because it's allowed. I trust me, obviously I don't have much room to talk here, but it's one of those things that you just got to be dumb, just flat out stupid. Here's the next one where I watched and I said, wow, there's another idiot. And if I was the coach, I'd be pissed off. Jenna, can you go to the celebration video?
Wanted more explosives. How about this? But the beer.
Oh.
You need to take a page from your.
Okay, so those that are listening on Spotify, this dude goes up, he does like I'm assuming a touchdown, interception, whatever, jumps up, does like a 360, and then he decides that he's going to land it, but his left ankle, boom, rotates, and I'm pretty sure he either sprained it or broke it. Jenna, can you do that one more time? Because I want everyone to look at the left.
Explosives. How about this? But the beer.
Hey.
You need to take a page from your.
Okay, idiot. You don't need to be jumping up for celebrations. Just do a little spike, do it, give the ball to the ref, or give it to the fat kids because they probably did all the work to get you there anyway. This is the dumbest ones. I'm going to show 2 videos in a row where I just don't understand why people do this. Okay. And I've played football for a long time. I've watched a lot of videos. Okay. Last year in CFL, I watched a guy lose a dread from a hair tackle. Fantastic. 100%. He should have lost all the dreads. The ref should have gave a penalty to the other team for not pulling out more dreads, which I don't understand. Like, that's what you get. I would have done it, and then I would have whipped it around and hit him with it. So this is another aspect of football that I just don't get. Jenna, play the first of the 2 videos. Okay, for those that are on Spotify and whatever, you're just listening to the podcast or on iTunes, there's a big Texas State brawl at the middle of the field. 50-yard line, you've got, looks like 80, 90 guys just beating the hell out of each other. Now, here's the thing. I just described to you how you have helmets on. When you swing at a person who's wearing a helmet, you're automatically identifying yourself as a moron who drools on themselves. There's no need to try to punch someone with a helmet on. And if you take your helmet off and you're going to swing it, well, I mean, that's a whole excessive celebration type thing where you're going to definitely get kicked out of the game, if not fined in the NFL. But then you're leaving yourself open. So what is the proper reasoning here? Jenna, go to the other fighting video because this one kind of gets a little mundane after a while. This one's fantastic. This was at the Grambling State one where I think 23 people got ejected for the next game on this one. You got 23 in the bottom left-hand corner. He's throwing hands. This guy gets his helmet ripped off, so he's all hell's broken loose for him. Then he dives onto the ground. Bad move because someone's going to get a cleat and stab you in the face with it, or maybe take their cleat off, which would be a great move once you get your helmet off. But why are you swinging in a football game? Like, this is just dumb. I've seen people get in fights and they swing and hit someone in the helmet. You are really dumb because that is going to be a lot of pain for you. I'm talking a lot of pain. So I just don't get it. Oh, Jenna wants me to tell everyone the Grey Cup is on Sunday. Saskatchewan versus Montreal. Go Riders. Is the Grey Cup, is that your Super Bowl? Oh, Brody says it is. Okay, Brody knows a lot about Canadian football. Okay, so I don't know if I'm rooting for you, Jenna, or I'm rooting for whoever Randy and Chevy talk about, because even though their food selections are absolute trash, they at least know football. All right, so now we've got the 2 fighting video. Here's another moronic video. Oregon, I think, was playing Iowa, and the Iowa fans, Sheldon says Riders. So I guess we're all going for the Riders. Fantastic. Okay, Oregon was playing Iowa, and Iowa has a very, very good student section, and Oregon players decide, you know what we're going to do? After the game, we're going to go taunt them. And then they decided, well, we're going to keep taunting them, so the Iowa fans started throwing beer and beer cans at them. Good. You should take off your shoe and throw it at them too. If you're an opposing team and you go to the opposing team's student section, expect to be harassed. When I was playing, I used to warm up in front of the opposing team's student section simply because I loved it. I thought it was fantastic because they'd make fun of me the entire time and it relaxed me. I thought it was hilarious. Jenna, go ahead and play the Oregon video. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Oh my gosh, they spilled beer on us. They threw beer. No kidding, morons. You're going into the belly of the beast right there. Of course that's going to happen. They should have thrown more at you for being stupid. All right. Then one of the weirdest plays, I've seen a lot of football. I've never seen this. University of Montana is playing. I don't even know who they're playing. Some no-name team. And all of a sudden the other team's going to spike the ball. They're going to get the ball. Quarterback, there's like 8 seconds left. He wants to run play. They're on like the 3-yard line. He's going to grab the ball, set height, grabs the ball, spikes it. The clock stops. It's like a free timeout. Easiest play in the book besides just victory formation where you take a knee. So, Jenna, can you show us the Montana video?
Spike it. Scottle will spike it.
He fumbles it.
The ball. He lost the ball at the 10.
That's game over.
Jenna, show that video again because it's got to be very depressing for that other team.
They spike it. Scottle will spike it.
He fumbles it.
The ball. He lost the ball at the 10.
That's game over.
So Eastern Washington quarterback, and Eastern Washington wasn't even expected to be in the game at all. Gets the ball, has to literally take one step, throw the ball straight to the ground, clock stops. He fumbled it. How do you fumble that? And now the game ends. There was a big scrum for it. All hell breaks loose. No one pulls out any hair, and Montana wins the game in the last second of the game. Huge win for them. Terrible, terrible. Montreal's QB has not lost yet as a starter in the CFL. Go, alls go. Is alls a word, or is that an abbreviation? I don't speak Canadian, Jenna. You're going to have to translate. I don't know. That's the first laugh from Brody out loud. So we're one for one. No idea. Jenna says, go Riders. So Randy and Chevy are speaking an unknown Canadian language. Holy hell. Oh, Avalanche?
Alouettes.
Oh, Alouette. What the hell's an Alouette? Isn't that a song? Isn't that? They're not really named the Alouettes, are they?
Yeah.
I thought it was a song. Montreal Alouette. Isn't there?
Songbird.
A songbird. The songbird is the mascot? Oh my God. I thought your poutine was the worst part about Canada. The songbird mascot might be the worst. That is the worst. Okay. UC Santa Cruz. Okay. It's French for bird. I don't care. It's terrible for bird. Okay. It's terrible for mascot. UC Santa Cruz has the banana slugs. And I thought that was the worst. The songbird, straight out of Hunger Games, that might be the worst mascot I've ever heard. I'm embarrassed for you guys. The Riders should just automatically win. Don't even play. The Alouettes are whatever. The Silhouettes. Oh my God. I hope you're not even. You better bring this up on the ride tonight because this is embarrassing. And the last moronic thing I want to talk about for this one before we get to the good stuff is Major League Baseball had quite the little scandal. Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz have been indicted on charges related to rigged bets on pitches thrown during Major League games. So these are two pitchers. If you haven't heard about this, they were getting paid $5,000 per pitch on certain pitches. So like in the third inning, the third guy, I want you to walk him, but I want you to make it bounce in the dirt. Okay. We'll give you $5,000 for that. Okay. But you're thinking, Rubio, Major League Baseball, those guys make big contracts, right? Yeah, they do. These guys were making $65 million or $20 million contracts, $25 million, $20 million contracts, and they were doing this. So this tells me, one, the mob was probably in on it and they owed them some money. Or number two, the mob was probably in on it and they owed them some money because now these guys are kicked out of baseball, obviously, and they're facing 65 years in jail. 65 years in jail. So guys, don't get involved with the mob. I guess that's the bottom line of this. So everything happens for a reason. Those were the dumb ones. Now let's get to the funny ones. All right. Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner was on, who was he on? The Jets, who were terrible. And he got traded to the Colts. He's a wide receiver. Was he a wide receiver or defensive back? Defensive back. Okay, he's a defensive back. As you can tell, I don't watch a lot of football, especially if teams are named after songbirds. He gets traded, and there's this guy, there's this little kid who's a huge fan. And his parents, these two brothers come in. They look like they're 7, 8, 9, 10. Who knows? And they come in, and the dad tells him, your favorite player, Sauce Gardner, gets traded. The kid loses his mind. Of course, the parents are mean, so they're filming it, which, side note, I would have done the same thing. And then the video goes viral, and Sauce Gardner sees it. All right, so Jenna, play this video because this is just too cute.
Jets traded Sauce today.
To where? To where?
No, it's okay.
Jersey.
It's okay. I'll get you a different one. He went to Indianapolis, and they also traded.
Oh wait, it's time Jersey West Sauce. Oh wait, to Trey? Yeah. Oh, I am so excited. Me too. My sauce. Thank you, Sauce.
Thank you, Sauce.
Thank you, Sauce, so much.
So that's fantastic. I don't know if Sauce saw that himself or his agent saw it or someone from the Colts saw it, but that's just a feel-good moment. Good for those kids. I guess they had no affiliation with their team, though. Jesus. One guy leaves and all hell breaks loose. But honestly, the Jets are really bad this year. The next team that's really bad that I want to talk about, Miami Dolphins. Their coach has had a rough year, and he was basically loved last couple of years, but he's had a rough go this year, and they're not a very good team, even though they just destroyed the Bills, which I have no idea how that happened. So the Buffalo Bills are playing in Miami, and there's a opposing team bar that all the teams go to. And all the Bills are famous for going to this bar hangout. This coach drives by the bar after the game in his blacked out Bentley just to troll them. Fantastic move for him. Extremely petty and childish, and I absolutely love it. You do you, bud, because you're going to be fired probably within 5 weeks. And so it's one of those things that if you're going to do that, now's the time. And he's having a bad season. He knows all hell is about to break loose. So if he wants to go troll them, more power to you. I'm all for it. The last feel-good story, and then we'll go to a quick commercial, is Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is probably my favorite player in basketball right now, just because of his attitude. He is very, very, very funny. He just had a post about Angel Reese, that female basketball player that gets up a lot of attention besides Caitlin Clark. And he was talking about $500,000 to play them, or somebody goes, okay, I'll pay $500,000, but that's for me not to date her. So he just doesn't really give a crap, and he's extremely athletic and just funny. So this is him after the game. He's signing a couple of jerseys. He's a real nice guy. And then watch what he does with this one random kid who wants us to play this random game with him. Go ahead, Jenna. Anthony Edwards video.
The Jazz have hit 23 throws tonight. So that means everyone.
For those that are listening on Spotify and iTunes, he signs a couple jersey, and then this random 12-year-old wants to play rock, paper, scissors with him. And Anthony Edwards plays with him and beats him. I love the fact that he beat him too and taunted him to his face. So well done to him. Those are simple interactions that can go a long, long way with kids and parents and, just podcast hosts. On that note, Jenna, let's go to a quick commercial, and then we'll come. Yeah, that is so awesome. I definitely agree on that. We're going to come back right after this. There are winners and losers life, and talk about Sidney Sweeney letting it absolutely rain. This warms my heart. Jenna, I'm out.
You have been watching The Rubio Method. Take it away, Rubio.
Focus up. I'm talking to you, Jenna. Now that you're back in town, and hopefully you don't get kicked off any more airlines. She had a little rough time yesterday with an airline, and hopefully she's not on the no-fly list. So, Jenna, let's calm down. Let's just relax and enjoy life. Have some good food. Root for the songbirds, or whatever they are. There are winners and losers in life. Sidney Sweeney went viral again, and this time had nothing to do with her body, which is good and bad. I don't know. Okay. So here's what we got. She does this interview with some random lady, and the random lady, remember how I've told you that I've told my sons that the characteristics that they're not allowed in a girl to date? No smokers, obviously no redheads, and no girls that hold the last syllable. Okay. Jamin says he'd kick her off too. Yeah, could be. So she's doing this interview, and the interviewee is very, very kind of passive, condescending, holding the last syllable, which gets me right off the bat. Like, and there, what do you think about that? Okay. So this video goes very, very viral because the interviewer is very smug and tries to sucker Sidney Sweeney into answering certain questions a certain way. She talks about the jean ad where she was just wearing jeans. And then she was talking about, El Trumpo. And you're going to find out it's the interview section that I'm going to show you is about 3 minutes, but I'm going to break it down. So we're not going to listen to 3 minutes straight. And then the very last 10 seconds are the part where it really hits home, and it literally just creates a meme. It creates a meme. It's absolutely fantastic. All right, so Jenna, let's play the video and get ready for me to pause it about 18 times.
We're sort of talking around this American Eagle ad right now, and maybe we should just talk about it. So, were you surprised?
Okay, I got to pause it right off the bat. Can you hear her holding her syllables? Nails on a chalkboard to me. Nails on a chalkboard. Go ahead, Jenna.
Surprised by the reaction.
I did a jean ad. I mean, the reaction definitely was a surprise, but...
Were you surprised?
I love the fact that Sidney looks like she just woke up after a 3-day bender. She doesn't even care. Looks like she hasn't combed her hair in a week. And her answer right off the bat, are you surprised about the jean ad? She goes, it was a jean ad. We're selling jeans. Basically, like, she's flipping off the reporter in her mind. It's fantastic. Keep going.
I did a jean ad. I mean, the reaction definitely was a surprise, but it was, I love jeans. All I wear are jeans. I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Jeans are uncontroversial. Jeans are awesome.
Yeah, I like your jeans.
You look great in your jeans. I think I know how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. I mean, the president tweeted about the jeans ad, or Truth Socialed about the jeans ad, and that just seems to me like a very crazy moment for anyone, and I wondered what that was like.
It was surreal.
It was surreal.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be totally human. I would probably feel like thankful that somebody had my back in public, you know, and conveniently some very powerful people had my back in public. And I wondered if you felt that way.
I don't think that, it's not that feeling I didn't have that feeling, but I wasn't thinking.
You know why Sidney's taking so long to answer the question? Because it was a stupid question. It would be good to have someone's back like that. Do you think that's a good thing to have your? Obviously, that's one of those questions that if you've ever been interviewed, it's so dumb that it hurts your head, and then you're not sure how to even respond because it's so dumb. Okay, Sidney Sweeney is great. She takes no shit from anyone. Oh, we're getting to there, Jamin. Oh, hell yes, Daddy. Go ahead, Jenna.
Of it like that, or like of any of it, I kind of just put my phone away. I was filming every day. I'm filming Euphoria, so I'm working like 16-hour days, and I don't really bring my phone on set, so I work and then I go home and I go to sleep. So I didn't really see a lot of it.
You've made a really good case for keeping your thoughts and your life separate from that work. But the risk is that, you know, there's a chance that somebody will get some idea about what you think about certain issues and feel like, I don't want to see Christy because of that. Like, do you worry about that?
No. If somebody is closed off because of something they read online to a powerful story like Christy, then I hope something else can open their eyes to being open to art and being open to learning. And I'm not gonna be affected by that.
Yeah. You've come here like really willing to talk about this whole discourse that doesn't have that much to do with you, and I'm grateful for that. Is there something that you want to say about the ad itself? The Sidney Sweeney has great genes. Do you have...
The ad spoke for itself.
You think the ad spoke for itself?
Yeah.
Okay. And the criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like, white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like, that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I I have an issue that I want to speak about. People will hear.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk about it specifically. Okay, number one, why hold the last syllable? Number two, see how the interviewer says, I'm going to give you the opportunity to, like, I'm so generous that I'm going to do this to you so you have the opportunity to say, white people aren't allowed to talk about their race or gender. What did they say? Good genes. No. Okay. And it's just such a great answer by Sidney Sweeney to say, when I want to talk about something, I'll talk about it. Basically a big middle finger to the interviewer. And that became an overnight meme, or not even overnight, like within seconds, where you had the smug look of the reporter up top, and then the bottom was Sidney Sweeney just looking at her with disgust. Absolute poetry. Couldn't have done it better. And it's one of those things. She's a perfect example of standing your ground and being strong mentally and physically. And that is absolutely phenomenal, stupendous, and is good looking and phenomenal as she is. That is, I know a lot of dudes would say that her attitude right there is 10 times as sexy as her, which is pretty damn sexy. All right, let's move on, because that's just fantastic. Accept and embrace. I'm going to get in a bad mood right now. Adults need to be adults and not annoy me. Adults need to be adults and not annoy me. I've been traveling a lot, and the more I travel, the more pissed off I get, because I'm on planes and traveling and through security and airports and all that. And people get dumber once they get on a plane and or in an airport. So it bothers me. And then I saw a video that I almost threw my phone on the ground because I didn't understand it. And Jenna's going to like this video, and I'm going to have to, talk to her about it as well. This is a 30-year-old person who goes to Disneyland or whatever she's doing, and she likes Winnie the Pooh. Jenna, can you play this video of this 30-year-old person and Winnie the Pooh?
I've waited 30 years to meet you. Oh my God. I love you my whole life. You'll find the oh my God. You're so cute. Oh my gosh, you're the cutest thing ever. I promise. Look at my little Pooh. And I have Winnie the Pooh phone case. I tell you I love you. I do. I love you, Pooh. I love you. I love you so much. Can we get a picture? Oh.
Winnie the Pooh should run for the hills, because she's going to rip off his face and wear it as a mask. Like, I don't understand. At what point, Jenna, you are crazy, because Jenna says she likes Winnie the Pooh. Jenna, you would not do that, though. You wouldn't have your Winnie the Pooh cell phone case, Winnie the Pooh stuffed animal, and then talk to Winnie the Pooh like Winnie the Pooh is real. Please tell me you wouldn't. Because if you do, that means the poutine is just set into your brain at this point, because there's no reason for you to do that. That is a code red. I'm assuming she's got to be beyond single and has no parents, because if my kid was 30 years old and doing that, I'd be like, honey, figure it out. That's a stuffed animal. That's not real. Okay. He wears a shirt and no shorts. It's weird. He's naked from the chest down. It doesn't make any sense. And you're a weirdo for liking that, which brings me to the other things. Now, you can feel free to add on to this in the comments if you want. Things that bother me. The Winnie the Pooh sparked this one. Adults that do Disney cruises. If you're on a Disney cruise and you're an adult with no kids, that seems a little odd to me, because isn't Disney for kids? I don't get that. To me, that's a little bit weird. Maybe because I grew up around Disney, because living in Los Angeles, but I was always around Disney and got to go to Disneyland a lot. Jenna says she would not go if it was free. If it was free, Jenna, I would not go. If you gave me free tickets to Orlando and or Los Angeles and said you go to Disneyland for a month free, or excuse me, on a Disney cruise, I wouldn't go. I'd be like, no, I'm good. I would not do it. Because number one, cruises are great. Jenna would. Oh my God, she's crazy. I wouldn't do it because number one, you're trapped. You can't leave. And see that Winnie the Pooh girl? There's like 500 of them on that boat. Okay, they're going around to Daffy Duck or Donald Duck or whoever that is. Okay, I don't know. Michelle Chenoweth says, I don't understand the whole Disney thing. I don't get it. Like maybe I'm wrong, but I don't understand the infatuation with it. Like you guys know it's fake, right? Like, does she know Winnie the Pooh is not a real person? Or is she trying to date Winnie the Pooh? Is she trying to buy him some pants? Winnie the Pooh is a boy, right? Winnie's kind of a girl's name. I don't get it. Maybe Winnie is a girl's name, right? Brody, can you check if Winnie's a girl's name? I think it's a girl's name. Maybe he thought Winnie the Pooh was a boy the whole time. Now I'm confused. Another thing that bothers me, and I heard a couple of people doing it, anyone that whistles in public. I don't care how happy you are, and I think I've mentioned this on a show before. I don't care how happy you are. If you whistle in public, I don't like you. Another one that happened to me on Friday. I was at a restaurant. It was a nice restaurant. I couldn't enjoy my meal. Why? Because there was a lady 8 feet behind me that was talking so loud to the person that was next to her that I heard everything about it. I know that she's going to Europe in a couple of weeks. I know her boss is making her go to Germany. I heard she doesn't want to go on it. She's been to London for 9 days. I know all of this. You know why? Because she wouldn't shut up. And at one point I looked around and her it can't be a friend because no friend would tolerate that. Coworker was with her and she just looked miserable. She looked like she had a thumbtack in her shoe and she was just pushing down on it the entire time just to inflict more pain. So hopefully she would pass out from not having to hear this lady speak. So talking to loud, Jenna says she hates when people play videos on their phone out loud in public. Jenna, literally the next one I'm getting to. If you play anything out loud in public, you're fired. The restaurant should be able to take your phone if you're showing a video, unless it's like a cute little video, like your grandkid or something like that. And if you're just showing people right next to you with minimal sound, I'll take it. Or if it's a loud restaurant, you're like a Sizzler or Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. Okay. Is she cute? I may get a Castile. What the hell is that? Another name of a football team where you guys play? What the hell's a Castile? Jenna, look up Castile. Wait, Brody's got Winnie the Pooh info.
Winnie the Pooh is a boy named after a female bear.
Winnie the Pooh is a boy named after a female bear?
Winnipeg, get that, Canada.
It's from
Real bear inspired.
Real bear inspired in Winnipeg, Canada. What Canadians are torturing me right now. What is going on here? Another thing that bothers me, people with no spatial awareness. Happens a lot in the airport where people are walking, then all of a sudden they stop. They have no idea that they're on like a walkway or there's maybe 500 people behind them. Don't like that. People that rage at the wrong person. Can't stand those. What do I mean by that? My flight out of Bozeman on Saturday, delayed. Finally, pilot comes out and goes, sorry guys, the weather, wink, wink, got our flight canceled. Okay. So immediately the line to go talk to the ticket agent is a mile long and every single person there is raging on her. Do you think she stopped the plane? Do you really think the guy next to her stopped the plane? Why would you be an ass to them? The bigger ass you are to them, the less you're going to get done. I promise you that. It's not their fault. Winnipeg, home of the Grey Cup this weekend. Is Winnie the Pooh the mascot? Because it should be. Now that we just found out Winnie the Pooh is from Winnipeg. Maybe that's why he doesn't wear pants. Okay. I don't understand that at all. All right. This is the one that I wanted Sheldon and Randy to really on, and I'm glad they're on. Okay. What is that? Is it go right? What? Jenna's just adding photos now? I don't even know what that is. Is that a football stadium? Go Riders. You'll never explain to me why the goalposts are in front of the touchdown. It's a concussion waiting to happen. That's you guys got to fix that. I think it's one of the rules you guys are fixing. Working hard is not enough. Let's get nasty, Sheldon and Nasty. Maybe some things need not be done at fast food restaurants. Maybe some things need not be done at fast food restaurants. I'm going through my social media feed and I come across some monstrosity from Taco Bell. Taco Bell now has a Mountain Dew Baja Blast pie that you can buy. Okay, the words Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, and pie should never come together. There it is right there. I mean, I can't even imagine the sugar content on that bad dog, but the taste, I mean, Mountain Dew Baja Blast is good, but not everything needs to be combined. Like, do you just cut off your foot while you eat that because you know you're getting the beatus that quick? Like, what are you doing? What kind of life choices are you making? They shouldn't even sell that at Taco Bell until after midnight because someone has to have had too much, let's say, good times at a bar in order to, you cannot order that from, Well, they have breakfast. So let's say 8 in the morning to 8 at night. If you open that at 8 in the morning to 8 at night, you are a psychopath that wants to meet Winnie the Pooh at 30 years old. There's no reason why you would ever order that. Like, I mean, unless it's a dare or a bet. No human being orders the Mountain Dew Baja Blast pie from Taco Bell. So I see that, and then I start thinking, I've seen other wild things from Taco Bell and Jack in the Box and all those. So I started, looking them up. And I actually saw one this weekend. I was at Olive Garden. Fantastic restaurant, quite underrated. Everyone throws bones at Olive Garden. It's like my wife's favorite. I know that. And you lie if you've ever gone to Olive Garden and had a bad meal. It's always good. Jenna just said Olive Garden is horrible. Well, you have no rhyme or reason to talk. You think Canadian food is good. I'm not even sure if you have a tongue with taste buds. You have no idea what's going on in the food world. So you are a moot point, as they say. So I'm at Olive Garden and I noticed one of their appetizers, a lasagna fritta. Fritta? 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 I don't care. It's basically lasagna breaded, deep fried, and cut up into little chunks. That's another one of those items that you've heard me talk about this before. A fat person invented that. There's no doubt about it. Like someone said, you know what? What would make lasagna better? Let's bread it and deep fry it. Like, how fat do you need to be, man? Because lasagna alone is like, holy Jesus. Okay, that is like one of the fattest foods. It's delicious, don't get me wrong, but you're going to die of a heart attack just eating lasagna. So let's bread it and deep fry it and cut it up so you can eat it faster, Chubbo. Holy Jesus. That is unbelievable. But well done, whoever did it. So let's get going here. The KFC double down. They replaced bread with 2 fried chicken fillets. Holy fat ass. That you cannot tell me a skinny guy invented that. There's just no way. Jenna, go back to that picture. Replace bread with 2 fried chicken fillets. It's got cheese. Is that mustard or is that like carnival cheese along with just the single cheese? What is that? What is that substance? Oh my God. What is sub sauce? Speak English, Jenna. Sub sauce? Are you trying to say like ranch? Because it looks like baby diarrhea sauce. It's just disgusting, but that's a fat person, 100%. Okay. Then this one, Pizza Hut, normally pretty good. I think they came out with a stuffed crust, phenomenal. But they decided to take the limits. Karita Calkins says, I think it looks good. Karita, no. My little buddy, no. It does not look good. And I don't want you ordering that because I eat half of your food anyway. Then I'd have to finish that. So you're never ordering that from KFC. Pizza Hut comes out with Pizza Hut hot dog stuffed crust. Okay. Now, the stuffed crust, phenomenal. Where does the hot dog come in? Okay. Hot dogs and pizza do not go together like peanut butter and jelly. That picture just looks gross, number one. And are you supposed to, okay, now I'm looking at it again. So you're supposed to rip those little bad dogs off and dip them in mustard or I think, Jenna, go back to that picture. Cheese sauce on the right. So I guess it's 2 meals then. But so then your pizza just has no crust. I don't know. This seems like a lot of work. And you can't tell me another big person didn't invent that. There's no doubt. This one's just visually weird. The Burger King Black Whopper. The Burger King Black Whopper. They put the bun with A1 sauce to get that color. Number one, why A1 sauce? And why not just black food dye? Because now the burger is going to taste like barbecue. And what if you don't like A1 sauce? Or is that barbecue? No, it's steak sauce. Whatever. Okay, that one's just weird. This one, 1 billion% made by a fat person. The Taco Bell waffle taco. Taco Bell's really doing it. Okay, so they have a waffle that they made into a taco. Then they threw sausage, cheese, and a massive amount of cheese. I mean, honestly, looks good. Okay, it's got sausage, egg, lots of cheese around a waffle. Very fat, but I guarantee pretty damn good, which kind of bothers me that I think it's good. That looks like something you can create from items in the freezer section of Walmart. Oh, 100%, Chevy Nasty. 100%. I mean, these are all items that in college you like ran out of money and you're like, okay, what do we have left? We've got eggs, we've got sausage, we've got a waffle. Let's just combine them, dude. It's too much work to get out a fork. The next one. This one has to be upper Northeast. Brandon Calkins looks delicious. 34. The waffle one, you would eat that, but you don't eat anything. So there's no way you'd eat. You definitely wouldn't eat this next one, Brandon. The McDonald's McLobster. So this has to be just in the upper Northeast because I like lobster. I don't want to eat anything with lobster that has the Mick in front of it because lobster to me is kind of like a rich person food and not anything throwing bones at McDonald's, but I don't feel like upscale when I'm there. And so the McLobster, no, pass. This one, the next one I didn't have a picture for because it was just a shake. The Jack in the Box Bacon Milkshake. I can't tell if it'd be good or not because it would be sweet, but then kind of salty. So I'm going to hold judgment on that because I bet it's not too bad. The last one, I got to be honest, looks great. The Dunkin' Donut Glazed Donut Breakfast Sandwich. So you got a Dunkin' Donut. It basically looks like a Krispy Kreme that they cut in half, and then they put egg, bacon, throw a couple tater tots on the side. I'm sure there's cheese in there. Yet again, salty and sweet. Looks great. Guaranteed a fat person invented it. There's just no doubt in my mind. This next one sounds fantastic. Carl's Jr. came out with a Carl's Jr. Pop-Tart ice cream sandwich. Hell yes. I'm all for that one. That one looks great. But the problem is, I'm assuming at this point you cannot heat up the Pop-Tart then. Or you'd have to heat it up prior to putting it on the ice cream. But then you couldn't have it too hot. But that one, guaranteed a fat person invented that, and I'm all for it. This next one I want to punch someone in the face for. And I know it's a real thing because I've seen them. My cousin out in Nashville, he goes to Sonic all the time. He's like a frequent flyer. He goes there all the time. And when I was out there a couple of weeks ago, we went to Sonic Day to drink. And I saw this on the menu and I almost rammed the cart into the menu. The Sonic's Pickle Juice Slush. It says Sonic Pickle Juice Slush, a tangy, sweet, and salty ice drink with a refreshing burst of pickle juice and a hint of lemonade. That's disgusting. I guess if you hold on, Jenna, go back. Are those hair in the drink? What is that? I don't eat a lot of pickles. Do pickles have hair? Seriously, what? Okay, salty. If it's just pickle juice and a hint of lemonade, what? Oh, she says they do have hair? Brody, do pickles have hair? Oh, well, this could be a Canadian pickle. Who knows? I don't know. But Sonic, you do because I saw they had like jalapeno drinks, which I don't get that as well. But more power to you people. I don't get it, but so be it. All right, so let's move over to confidence is the key. This is going to be 5 quick questions from Jenna or anyone that emailed Rubio at therubiomethod.com. Hopefully I can see them. Where are they? I'm going to enlarge my screen a little here. Rubio, what is the best sports brand? Sports brand, like what do you mean? Like clothing and or team? Clothing, I would say whatever's comfortable. Jenna says Nike. I've been real into, and I don't know if this is me getting older, that I have On Cloud shoes, and they're extremely comfortable. My wife does not like them because she says rocks get stuck in the bottom. I don't know if she's walking around gravel pits all day or what's happening, but I've walked with them all over the country, and I don't think I've had one rock in them at one time. Extremely comfy. Jenna says, Nike, New Balance, Under Armour. You know me, I wear whatever comes in yellow, and it's comfy. I'm one of those guys that once I find one thing that fits and it fits right and it's comfy, I'll buy 10 of them. Hence the sweatshirt. Okay. So that's it. Number 2. Rubio, what does 6'7" mean? For those that don't know, 6'7", it comes off a rap song. It's just the dumbest whoever Encyclopedia Britannica or Webster's Dictionary said that was the word, which it's not even a word of the year. It came out in a rap song, and stupid kids that are like 12 to 15, that it leaked all the way into high school and college. Just whenever they hear the words 6'7", the number 6'7", they go 6'7". That's it. Like literally, if you ask them to explain it, that's what they say. Because I've asked my freshman, why are you saying that? And he explained it. I go, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I've heard of a lot of dumb things in my time. I've done a lot of dumb things, but that is the dumbest. Jenna, I still don't get it. Jenna, no one gets it. I think that's the point. You just say 6'7", and I guess it's for some reason the numbers 6 and 7 said together are very common. I don't get it. Saw a good meme today. Wait till these kids learn from 9 to 5. That is very, very good, Jamin. Very good. That is very funny. All right, question number 3, Jenna. Rubio, should voting be mandatory? No, but I'll tell you what should be mandatory. You should have to pass an intelligence and or competency test to vote. There's no reason that my vote, someone who's say hyper intelligent and hyper informed, should count as much as a moron who knows nothing about anything. My vote should count double. Okay, or their vote shouldn't count, because why should our votes be equal if they don't even know what they're talking about? So should voting be mandatory? I think everyone should get the day off. I think it should be, if you're going to make it a Tuesday, just make it a Tuesday, but everyone gets Tuesday off. I think that should be a no-brainer, but I think you should have to pass some sort of competence test, almost like a driving test. You can't just get in a damn car and start driving. Same thing with voting. You should have to pass a test that says you're basically not an idiot and that you know something about something, so you have the ability to vote. Because if you're just drooling on yourself voting down the line and you don't know what you're doing, well, you're making the country worse. You got me all fired up on that one. Number 4, Jenna. Rubio agree with the court ruling no criminal charges to Boeing company over 2 737 MAX jetliner crashes that killed 346 people. Ooh, I would have to know more about the case to see whether or not they are liable. I mean, why did they crash would be the question. If it's just, okay, a bolt fell off, okay, that could be some guy named Johnny or some girl named Susie forgot to tighten it. Or if it was a mechanical error, then okay, then we've got to look at that. Or was it 2 pilots that didn't know what the hell they were doing and they got caught in a windstorm or something like that, or a bird goes into the engine? So there'd have to be more and more information. Companies that big, though, Jenna says they used cheap, bad parts. If they are using cheap, bad parts, well, then if you're trying to skimp on a plane that's flying millions of miles per year with, literally hundreds of thousands of people per year, I would say that would cause you to be liable. The problem with these big corporations, as you've seen with Big Pharma, very, very, very hard to lock them down because they are just going to wait you out and play the money game with you, and they are not going to pay you. They're going to have more money for lawyers, and then they're eventually going to say, okay, we'll pay you $20,000 to drop the case. And after 2 years of paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to a lawyer, you're going to say, fine, let me just end this. Very, very simple. Go ahead, Jenna, last one. Rubio, do you bet on sports games? Hell no, I don't bet on sports games. I can't afford that. I don't watch enough sports to even know, and I don't ever bet on sports games. I bet on the Seahawks every May to win the Super Bowl. That's it. That's all I do. I do it every May. I bet $100. And the first year I did it, they won. So good luck for me. Okay, let's go to the last section. This is the bottom line. The bottom line is all the stuff you should have learned without even realizing you learned it. Number 1, make the choice to be a moron or great. Number 1, make the choice to be a moron or great. This goes back to our sports stories, okay? You can be a moron or you can be great. All those guys had choices when they were doing it. Number 2, never back down from your beliefs. Sweeney taught us this one, and she did an outstanding job of it. Absolutely outstanding. Never back down from your beliefs. And number 3, some things need not be combined in life, as we saw with the Harry Pickle, juice, lemonade, and the McLobster, and there's a couple other ones that were absolutely disgusting. The Mountain Dew Baja Splash, what a pie. Actually, I kind of want to try it now. Brody says the same thing. I almost need to try it just to say that I've been there, done that. I want to thank everyone that participated in tonight. We obviously had a new type of show. Next week, we'll be back in the studio, hopefully. I want to thank Jenna for all she did. I want to thank Brody for laughing over here to the side, even though he said he wouldn't, and he did all through the entire thing. If you have any questions, you can email rubio@therubiomethod.com. And do not forget, 9:00 p.m. AC of AC Sports Live. Make sure you watch that. And then at 9:30, you've got The Ride with Chevy and Nasty. Hopefully they can explain the whole songbird thing and why they think that's some sort of tough mascot. On that note, Jenna, I'm out.
Thanks for watching The Rubio Method. Thanks for watching The Rubio Method. Be sure to spread the word, and don't forget to subscribe, like, or follow on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Google, Amazon, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook.